Here I have an old bit of flooring from my house. I'm going to rip this down and then I'm going to give you some blade measurements. Now I'm making this sword exactly like a real sword would, so it's would be made. Oh, that's a pun. So we're going to make it a full 10 construction, slotted guard and pommel, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do for the handle to kind of get some extra weight on this thing. Man, for someone who doesn't measure at all, I pretty much got this bang on to what I wanted. So it's around 1.25 inches wide by 1/2 inch thick, 1/2 inch. Beautiful. It's about this long. Length doesn't really matter. This is a sword, but we're all different heights, we're all different strengths. So here I put a little mark there and 2 marks here, 6 inches from the tip, to help me as kind of guidelines for cutting the tip of our blade in. A handy trick is fold a piece of paper in half, cut your desired tip angle, unfold it, and then trace around it, and that'll give you a pretty... I got a splinter. Ow. Okay. And that'll give you a pretty accurate, like geometrical blade shape. But I'm just going to freestyle it with my knife, and I'm going to use my belt sander as well, just because it's kind of faster. There we go, we've got our tip roughed in. I'm going to clean this up a little bit more once I do the actual bevels on the blade. Alright guys, so we're going to make some quick measurements of kind of how I want to lay this handle out. So let's just put this here. We're going to make a 2-inch mark, on the wood, and that's kind of be where our pommel is. I'm thinking I want this to be a proper 2-handed sword, so I'm just going to give a grip on this ruler with 2 hands, kind of where my hands end up, I think in 8 inches. So we're going to go and put in another mark right around 8 inches here. So that's going to be our handle area, pommel area. And I know I want like 1 inch for the cross guard, maybe 1.5 inches. Let's go 1.5 inches. And that'll be like my cross guard area. So let's start with the handle. So one thing you might notice about this piece of pipe is that besides being a giant candy cane, it is also 27 millimeters in its inner diameter. Also, I just found this out, metal is heavier than wood. Pretty interesting and pretty useful, because this is going to be our handle. What I'm going to do is shave down the sword and kind of slot this in. So we're going to cut a section of this pipe off to use as our handle. Alright, like I said before, 8 inches. And the reason I'm using pipe for this is its weight will kind of counteract the weight of the blade. And so I'm going to be making the pommel out of wood actually, so this is going to add some weight to it. So let's get to cutting this off. Ooh, very straight, not. So now we have our 8-inch piece of pipe to make our handle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on shaving down this section and this section to accept the pipe to slide on. Time to sheet. So as you can see, I did a great job carving this all by hand, very straight, very smooth. So we're going to force our pipe up onto it. Looks like I have that much more to go. I'm going to clean that up with my knife. And then our handle will kind of be on there. And then we'll start work on the crossguard. Cool. So this is kind of the design that I've drawn up for the crossguard. It's 9 inches across by 1.5 inches tall. So here I have the crossguard fitted up. I'm just gonna cut this out and then shape it, and then we can get to work on the blade, which honestly is the most fun part of this. So I have the crossguard done. We're going to move on to profiling the blade and adding the bevels. Hey guys, I guess I won't be putting a pommel on here because I just realized after sanding it, it's practically got a perfect balance point right in front of the crossguard. So any more weight on this end would probably make it unbalanced, and I'd rather have a functional sword to swing around than one that looks a little bit cooler. But I've been tapping these wooden shims on either side of the tang to keep that pipe tight, and then I'm going to cut those off. So it should still look okay, but right now I'm going to tap those in all the way. Alright, I do believe that's as tight as I'm going to get it. We're going to use the wrong tool to cut the wood off. Oh my goodness. There you go. Cool. Let's go show the whole effects. So I just coated it in some vegetable oil, and here's the finished product.